Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining me on this video. So we'll be looking at Mr. Williams' home. Yes, it's coming along. So they're currently doing all rendering, right? And flashing, smoothing down of the walls, all of that. So once that is completed, I'm thinking they'll be putting in the doors and the windows, right? The roof is already on, which is great because, as you know, we're in the hurricane season right now. It started June the 1st and it will end on November 20th. So, you know, Mr. Williams' original home, right? Water is coming in. I saw Alex went on, I think it was Instagram the other day, and he was showing you that, you know, Mr. Williams' common law spouse was saying that they're getting water into the home. And I'm not surprised because there is nothing there to protect them from the elements, really, right? So I was thinking if they could go somewhere like a relative or a friend to, you know, be safe and be warm. It's very difficult to fall asleep under those conditions, right? Until their new home is at least 95% completed, right? I would love to see them, you know, temporarily relocated somewhere else because, to be honest, they can't really stay in that home when it's rainy season. I'm glad, I'm happy that it's coming to an end, and Alex is still looking for donations. So I'm going to be putting his phone number, his donations phone number in the description box below. For those who don't know, his Instagram is doing good in my community, right? And of course, he has that YouTube channel, Alex Nation, as well. All the information will be on the Instagram page. So moving along, we're going to be coming back. We're going to be, of course, you know, following Alex and Mr. Williams until the ribbon cutting and all of that. And then the Williams are moving in and all of that. So there is a new development coming in Denham Town. It's called the Victoria Palms Housing Development. And of course, it's the HOPE program again that will be handling this, right? So the money is already allocated and the ground is already broken. That was just in September, about a week or two ago. It's exciting, and they've taken a picture before where the persons who were living in the community, where they were living, and of course where they will be living, and it's like night and day. I'm very happy for them. So let's have a look at it. I would love to see a little tour, once it's done and they're cutting the ribbon. I'm sure they would probably let us have a little tour inside these units, just how it looks inside. So I'm very excited for these people. New surrounding, exciting. You have a nice layout, and of course they'll be putting their personal touch to it. I'm sure they'll be planting up flowers and all of that. So we're excited for them. It's slated to be finished in 9 months. So I'm thinking by June, July, they should be in their new home. The money is already certain. It's around 71 million to build these homes, and it will be in Denham Town. And it is also, I believe it's funded by HOPE, by the HOPE program as well. But these homes are going to be a little bit different. They won't be detached homes. There'll be 5 blocks of homes. And in those 5 blocks, you'll have 4 multi-story structures. I am so glad they did not go above 4. 3 and 4 to me is good. Because when you have, just let's be honest, when you have a social program and you have tall buildings, because I've seen it happen before. When you have these high buildings, 10, 15, 20 stories, it's very difficult to maintain, especially security-wise. I think the government has learned their lesson because previous governments have built high-rises, right, in other areas, and they just become derelict. The first year they're open, maybe first 1 or 2 years, and then after that, everything starts to go awry, right? So because it's too difficult to manage. So these are 2 stories, 2 levels with 4 pods, 4 unit. And then you have 5 of these in the same complex. It is easier to manage that way. And this is for both the government and also for the occupants. Everybody knows each other, everybody looks out for each other, and they will not allow, like, strangers to come into that circle, because children are there, right? Elderly are there as well. The vulnerable needs protection, right? So I am so glad that they've kept it, at a intimate setting, like many persons occupying a small space. You're going to have issues. You're going to have problems, right? So I think this is more of a small community feel. So I'm glad for that. At least this is the way I think they should be going, right? So you're going to have green spaces around. You're going to have a gazebo, which is very nice, right? So I guess you can have your little get-togethers and your barbecues and whatnot. And you have a little area where the children can play as well. So this is going to cost $71 million, right? For these 5 block of homes. So we do know that there was an influx of people into the city around 1900, right? 1890, 1880. From the time slavery was abolished, you had an influx of people coming into the city, but there was a huge influx around 1890, 1900 coming up. So right up until the 1930s, 40s, you had people coming in, like thousands of people, and there were no homes, no accommodations for them. And a lot of them did not have relatives in the city, or even if they had relatives in the city, that relative did not have a place for them to stay. So what they did, they went to the shantytown areas and just made a home. And I did know that the boxes, because they said that the motor cars, Ford motor cars, used to come to Jamaica in sections, and they were in crates, and people would literally go down dealerships, would throw these boxes down near to the railway, and they would pick up the boxes and come back and use the Ford motor car box to build a home. So that's where we're coming from. So as you can see, a home in Jonestown was selling for £200 to £300, average maybe £200 to £400 max. And you could get like even 2 units in a yard. So you rent out one side, and then you and your family would be living in the other side. So average about 4 or 5 bedrooms in these homes. So you can imagine, this is what it was in 1930s. 200, maybe 300, 400. And for Vineyard Town, you can see between £600 to £800 for a home. You could get up to 15 rooms sometimes in one home, because they're renting out these homes, and the landlord would be there sometimes. Maybe the landlord would have another home. But for the most part, these are private homes, and they would try to rent out another section, right? So our families would live in the home. So for those who could afford it, they would have nice accommodations, right? They had their electricity, they had plumbing. A lot of these homes had indoor plumbing as well. So for sure, the ones in Vineyard Town and the surrounding areas would have the indoor plumbing. And for the other homes, like I would say Raid Town, Craigtown, Whitfield Town, and Jonestown, some will have indoor plumbing, and some will have the bathroom facilities outside, right? So it was a mixture. So you can see the difference in the prices. And if you go above Crossroad, then it would be about £700 to £900 for a home. And these are beautiful homes, right? So you can see it's 300, 400, just a couple £100 in difference. And now they're nowhere close, right? Millions of dollars apart. Okay, so I guess you get what I'm trying to say. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next video. Remember to take care of yourself and others. Bye for now.